In first alert weather, we have nearly a dozen school districts heading back to the classroom for Wednesday. The weather is going to cooperate. Just a few puffy clouds around at times, and it's going to be another day where we'll linger the wildfire haze at times as well. But overall, our air quality should improve as we go throughout tomorrow's forecast. And just like today, we can't rule out a stray pop-up sprinkle for one or two communities. Hour by hour with First Alert Weather Future Track. I'll kind of overlay this sandpaper look once again, as we'll still have the milky tint to the sky at times throughout our Wednesday. Here we are paused at 7 a.m. Temperatures in the low 60s. First thing tomorrow morning, we'll quickly warm up around lunchtime, recess time frame, to right around 78 to 80 degrees. And as we go throughout tomorrow afternoon, we're looking at middle 80s for most of us. Here we are paused Wednesday at 4 p.m. And here's a look at a few puffy cumulus clouds. Again, can't rule out maybe one or two stray sprinkles for one or two communities. Future Track trying to pinpoint Wednesday evening, maybe one or two downpours over in LaGrange, Howe, Indiana. We'll see if that actually comes to fruition. Otherwise, just a stray sprinkle for one or two communities as we cross on over into our midweek day. And taking this a step further into Thursday, it'll be another day with the mix of sun and clouds, but we will have the humidity. The humidity will really come back at us full force, I expect, with Thursday, with far less wildfire haze in the atmosphere for the end of the week as our wind starts to switch to the south. And what that should do is mix out a good chunk of this wildfire haze locally across northern Indiana and southwestern Michigan. But check out our dew points. These are going to continue to rise as we inch our way closer towards the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're going to hover right between the muggy and the miserable word with how it'll feel outside. And once this humidity arrives, it's likely going to call Michiana home for the next week or so. Likely have to wait till late next week before we start to break down the humidity. But check out this graphic here. The red, the physical air temperature. The purple here is what it'll feel like. And it could feel like around 95 to near 100 degrees for this second weekend of August, and likely lingering into early next week. Here's an update to our 10-day forecast, and overnight lows as well becoming uncomfortable for the weekend. Lower 70s, some great pool and beach weather though. And then as we head towards early next week, likely a boundary, a cool front begins to move through the Great Lakes states sometime Monday or Tuesday, and that would feature our next best chance of some showers. Here's a look at what Future Track is showing us for the weekend ahead and early next week. Not much locally to write home about until this cold front arrives next Monday, next Tuesday. And you'll see this in the data showing up next Tuesday. Future Track overdoing it right now, but it does highlight our next best chance for some showers headed our way 1 week from today.
Action Jackson is